Communities of El Paso and Dayton continue to move forward, and the entire country comes together. Mental health advocates are urging people to continue their daily routines, but also to be aware of their surroundings. Western Mass News reporter Caroline Powers joins us now live in the studio with more. Caroline?
Chris, for anyone who has lived through a traumatic event, going back to your daily life and routine can be extremely difficult. But the sense of fear and stress is starting to be felt by everyone after these mass shootings have taken place at churches, shopping malls, schools, and concerts. Mental health experts say it's important to remember we can't control what others do, but we can control what we do.
Violent trauma steals a sense of safety that we take for granted in our daily lives.
It's been a week of tragedy in America. 31 innocent lives taken after back-to-back mass shootings in El Paso, Texas and Dayton, Ohio. As family and friends of victims, survivors, and all of the nation tries to move forward, a sense of fear has settled in. But Elaine Burgess with the Mental Health Association says we can't let that fear take over.
Could that have been me? Could that have been in the situation that I might have been in? And if we're having those fears, again, it's just important that we do talk about how we are feeling, so that way we don't have to allow that fear to take our lives over, and then it stops us from living our lives, and we stop doing those things that we love doing.
With the deadly shooting still on everyone's mind, Burgess says it can be tough to not react in certain situations. Tuesday night, chaos in Times Square after a motorcycle backfired, causing people to run.
A lot of times, as you're saying, we could be at a store and we could hear a shopping cart go boom, and we could just think and assume something's happening, and it's not. So sometimes it can even just be that hard to take that step back, take a breath, be present in the moment, and try to understand what it is going on.
Burgess tells Western Mass News we have to always be aware in our daily routine and stop thinking that it couldn't or wouldn't happen to us. Edward Ponarelli from Connecticut says that sense of awareness has become second nature to him.
You got to be aware of what's around you. You know, like we were at the MGM fireworks, and you know, there was a big crowd. We stood on this side because you got to be aware. You know, it's in your mind. I had a customer at my shop the other day. He says, you know, I can take my 14-year-old kid to a baseball game. You know, he says to me, Dad, are we going to be all right in the baseball game? That's a 14-year-old kid.
Now, some important notes from the Mental Health Association. Always keep your head on a swivel and be aware of your surroundings. Have a safety plan with the people you are going places with, and be familiar with where any exit spots are. For Western Mass News, I'm Caroline Powers.